So, starting with a gentle massage, starting with the hand expressing if needed, just until the milk's at the end of the nipple. Then we're going to lift it in play, making sure that her nipple is in the centre. We don't want it so that it's at the side and rubbing, so she lines it up and she really needs to make sure that her nipple's in the centre. And then she's going to switch it on. And then it's really important that she understands that we turn it on till it starts to feel pinchy. Oh, it's pinchy. As soon as it's pinchy, a bit uncomfortable, then she turns it down till it's nice and comfortable. So it's finding the maximum amount of suction she can cope with, pinch point, before she turns it down. Yeah? A lot of mums think the maximum amount of suction, the more milk I'm going to get. That's not the case at all. You can hear a little beep going on here. There's obviously something wrong with my breast pump, but we'll sort that out in a minute. So, 2 minutes of really fast flutter sucking going on. I've turned it up to pinchy, turned it right down till it's nice and comfortable. It automatically does 2 minutes of this suck. You don't need to press anything. I'm just going to press something just to speed this demonstration along, but they don't need to press anything. If I press this, it automatically, and they don't need to press anything, but I've just pressed it, it goes into the long suck. When it goes into the long suck, this is 10 times more powerful than the little flutter suck that they did before. So they need to turn it down. And that's a really big mistake that a lot of mums make. A lot of mums just leave it on that long, powerful suction, and actually they cause a lot of damage, and it's very, very painful. They're not going to do it 8 times a day if it's painful. So, we've turned it down. It's nice and comfortable. At this point, this is often when it's gone into the long suck that the milk's starting to come out. So we're going to watch the drops. Remember, this is probably day 2 that we've set them up on the pump. It's going to be tiny drops, okay? That's really, really normal. Sometimes we've got mums that have got nothing coming. Well, if that's the case, she's going to spend a good couple of minutes in this long suck, getting some stimulation of the long suck. But if she's got her drops coming, she stays on while the flow's coming, and you're going to explain to her that in the future, it starts off with small drops, and then it starts to get faster drops, starts to spurt, and back down to small drops. So as soon as it's slowed down to really small drops in the future, slowed right down at the start, and we're going to stop. I'm going to lower it down, and we're going to repeat the beginning bit. Not need to spend quite as long time as we do at the beginning, but we're going to roll around and we're going to do some massage again. Okay. And I get them to unscrew the bottle. Be careful with that. And we're just going to do a little bit of hand express in the middle. Okay. And a little bit. Now obviously if this mum has not got any milk the first time round on this pump, then you know she might need to spend a little bit more, a little bit longer doing that hand express in the middle, because often at this case, you know, they get more milk off with the hand express than they do the pump, because it's still the colostrum, it's that thicker milk. Actually the hand expression is better at getting off. So after we've gone round with the massage and some hand expressing, and what I will say about that second time round, if you can feel any lumpy bits, you know, you're going to give those lumpy bits an extra little bit of rub to really try and help unblock them. Go back on for the second try, switch it on, turn it up to this pinchy, a bit pinchy, a bit uncomfortable, turn it down. Again, it's going to do 2 minutes of fast suck, it's automatically going to go into the long suck. Just speeding up the process for demonstration purposes, but the mums don't need to press anything. It's gone into the long suck. We need to turn it down again so it's nice and comfortable. And again, second time round, you're watching flow of milk. Okay, so we're watching those drops. Again, depending on where the hormone level is at different times of day, this milk might be really flowing out of them beautifully. Okay, but other times they've really not got anything coming. So the second time round, you know, it's about, if there's nothing coming, it's just a little try, but also if there's really, they've had a lot of milk come off the first time, it's not helpful. But actually this time round, first time round, lots of milk, it's just tiny drops, then they're done. They don't need to stay on the second amount of suction, second cycle, if they're just getting tiny drops off. So, stop, lower it down. They don't need to do hand expressing at this point, massage. They just need to finish with a tiny bit of hand expressing at the end. And that is because we know that babies at the end of the breastfeed do a flutter suck, and that flutter suck is to get the fat molecules off the end, it's to get that chocolate pudding or that chocolate mint right at the end of the feed. So actually by us doing a little bit of hand expressing at the end, it's really good at getting off those little fat drops at the end, but also really good for supply. Sometimes you tell mums about that and they get a bit giddy and they start to squeeze off really hard at the end, and it's about, no, just do the normal gentle hand expressing. If the fat drops are there, they'll come out of them, okay? But that's a really, really good way to end the expression. Okay, so we start off all mums the same here. We start them double pumping, and the reason that we start them double pumping is so that actually it decreases the amount of time it takes, and it's going to increase the volume. There's some little bit of evidence that it might actually increase the fat content as well. So we need to make sure actually that, you know, on our expressing assessment, we're making sure that those mums are double pumping. If they're not, you know, need to negotiate with the midwives that they've actually got a set, or we give them a second set. Some mums will say, I don't like it, but often they've not been set up with a CTG belt correctly. They don't need a CTG belt. They could have an old bra with holes in, or a crop top. You know, I have put on the Amazon wish list for some expressing bras for mums that want it, so maybe we could give them a donation of that in the future. But double pumping really helps these mums to achieve the supply that we need, but also enables them to actually fit those 8 expressions in the day. What I would say is at the start, for those mums that don't have any supply, then, you know, they need to spend a little bit of time in the long suck, more time with the massage and hand expressing, and going on for the second suction episode, a little bit more time in that as well, and finish with the hand expressing. Hopefully their body will start switching everything on and we'll get the supply that they need. But again, when mums have got a huge supply, I don't want them going on the pump twice. So I'm aiming for that 750 to 900 mils a day. So if you average that out, that's, you know, 750, that's 95 mils per expression. And as I've already talked about, sometimes it might be 50 mils, sometimes it might be 200 mils, but actually when we know that we're hitting well over the volume of 750, then actually they shouldn't be going on the breast pump twice, okay? They should be going on the massage and hand to start off with if they needed, staying on the pump circuit once until it's gone down to small drops, stopping, and then finish with the hand expressing. So we do a really good job at stimulating a lot of our mums, but then sometimes we end up with a little bit too much milk. But we need to talk to those mums a little bit early about not going on the pump twice once they've switched everything on and they're bringing big volumes. But at the start, we don't know if someone's going to be a 3%er or a 100%er. We need to get them all to switch on the same, going on the breast pump twice for each expressing episode until they're producing big volumes. Okay, thank you for listening.